Welcome to Chapter 4, the Gambit Wars of Queen's Pawn Chess. This territory has a reputation for quiet maneuvering. These 6 traps are the counter-evidence. Pawns that promote to knights with check, queens caged in the middle of the board, and a queen sacrifice backed by checkmate. 6 lessons. Choose your weapon. The queen's gambit declined looks like the safest place in chess. And the most famous trap in all of Queen's Pawn chess is sitting right here, waiting for one greedy capture. White takes the center pawn, and Black's knight recaptures, apparently leaving the queen hanging to the bishop behind it. White takes the queen. Trap sprung on White. Bishop check. The queen must come back to block. Bishop takes queen with check again, the king recaptures, and Black calmly collects the bishop that thought it won a queen. Count the wreckage. Black is a whole piece up. The pin on that knight was never real, and knowing that is worth a piece every time someone tests you. The Albin counter-gambit. Black answers the queen's gambit with a counter-strike in the middle, and after the trade a black pawn stands deep inside White's camp. A thorn, and White wants it gone. The natural pawn nudge to flick the thorn away is the losing move, played by strong players for over a century. Bishop check first. White blocks. Now the thorn bites forward and the bishops come off. The pawn eats again, check. The king must step out into the open. And now the star move of the whole book, the pawn promotes to a knight with check. A new queen there would lose the race. The humble knight wins it. The rook must capture and the bishop check picks up the white queen. Remember this one forever. Sometimes the wrong piece is the right promotion. The England gambit. Black gives a pawn on move 1 just to drag Queen's Pawn players into open chaos. White grabs, develops, grabs again. And now watch Black's knight move. It looks like a misclick. It's a noose. White takes the knight. Why wouldn't you? Because of this. Bishop takes the pawn beside the king, check. The king must capture. He's the only defender. And the black queen takes the white queen. Free. The knight was never hanging. It was a deflection, exactly one move deep. When a gambit player leaves something hanging, spend 10 seconds asking what it's connected to. From the Budapest family, the trickiest sibling, Black's knight plants itself inside White's camp, and instead of taking the gambit pawn back, Black calmly nudges a wing pawn. It looks loose. It's a lure. The white queen leaps to the center, forking the knight and the corner rook, or so she thinks. The bishop slides out, defending the rook and staring right back at her. She grabs the bishop anyway, and the knight quietly closes the door behind her. Now every black move builds the cage. The queen sidesteps, bishop check, block, and the second knight swings across, herding her. She finds one more square. The bishops come off, and one little pawn nudge seals the last exit. No squares, caught mid-board by minor pieces and pawns. She took a bishop and a pawn and never came home. The Blackmar-Diemer gambit. White hands over a center pawn, then offers a second one, purely for speed. The queen recaptures, and suddenly every white piece is one move from the fight. Black grabs a pawn with the queen. Greed meets greed. White develops with tempo and castles long in a flash. The board is now a minefield, and Black is walking it blindfolded. The natural pin, attacking White's queen, is the fatal step. The knight hops in, and White simply leaves the queen hanging. Take her, and the knight takes the pawn beside the king. Checkmate. The king sealed in by his own pieces, mated on the queenside by a knight. Even titled players have walked into this. The queen was never hanging. She was insured by checkmate. Queen's gambit accepted. Taking the wing pawn is completely fine. The sin is trying to keep it. Black props it up with another pawn, and the structure looks solid enough. White pries at the chain immediately. Black props again. It looks symmetrical, natural, safe, and it loses a whole rook on the spot. The pawns trade, the file rips open, and when the last recapture comes, the corner rook is standing alone at the end of an open file. White takes it for nothing. The gambit pawn was always meant to be given back. Return it, develop, and keep your rook. That's Chapter 4. 6 traps from the quiet side of chess, play them or know how to survive them. Every line is free at mated.gg, with boards you can step through and the coach ready to test you. Chapter 5 turns the board around. Defenses that fight back. See you there.